I've got one public participation form, and if there's some more, then I'll take those. The first and only speaker is Matinga Ragatz.
Who is that?
I won't repeat the rules. She knows them well.
Okay. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak today. My name is Matinga Ragatz, and I'm here representing the Network of Michigan Educators, otherwise known as The Network. And we're fast becoming a really cool group of educators wanting to and meaning to change education in a really positive way. So we're here to talk about, I'm here to talk about success and sharing a little bit of success. So I have a couple of handouts for you guys. And my topic today is very simple. A year and a half ago, I was sitting right here, just giving my final speech as Michigan Teacher of the Year, and I felt really loaded down by years and years and years of performance. And as Bobby Joe will tell you, performing at a certain level as a teacher is not always sustainable. So needless to say, when I looked in the mirror, I was suffering from burnout. And so I made a very difficult decision as a teacher. Well, what I thought was a really difficult decision, but then it turned out not to be so difficult because I couldn't understand how on earth I was going to stand in front of students, 30 students, and trying to teach without having my head in the game. And so for me, it was an easy decision to make, and I unplugged and I went on sabbatical, which is something that K-12 teachers don't do. And I took a year sabbatical, unpaid sabbatical, and the way I did that was by researching a little bit before I did it, and I wanted it to be a meaningful year off, and so I sought out some nonprofit organization, found one called New World Flood. It's an organization right here out of Lansing, and it's founded by MSU and former NFL player T.J. Duckett, who is he's really into teaching children to serve and volunteer in their community, especially now during the economic downturn, to just really pick up the weight and let go of the video games and do some of the work that's needed out there and through service and volunteering. So I found a nonprofit organization that would support me in my quest, and I just went as far away as possible to my platform as I could. So I ended up in Tanzania at the foot of Mount Kilimanjaro, among the Maasai with no electricity, teaching. And so my platform has always been technology and education, and I was able to do some curriculum development. I was able to train some teachers, and somewhere I found my way back into technology because now those teachers have technology even though they have no electricity. And so, and so I found amazing ways in which people in Africa use technology in ways that we shunned. We heard about this today, and they use the cell phone as banking systems, as businesses, and things like, oh, I have an electrical outlet plugged into a if I have electricity, I can make a business just charging people's phones, things like that. And one of the things that happened to me, which I was not expecting, I thought I was going there to teach, I was going there to share, and it was completely the other way around. I'm the one that walked away incredibly enlightened to things that I just did not quite understand. I went to a place where, people feel that nobody cares. And I got a chance to stay with the teachers there that I was teaching, and I really understood the culture of poverty, for example. And I wanted to, by eating one meal a day, just like they were doing, I understood the idea of how is it that people cannot function in poverty, and how is it that my students cannot function when they come from a home that suffers from poverty. And I also got a chance to go to Spain, and I went there. I worked at an entrepreneurial camp, and I did a curriculum for that. But what I really wanted to talk about today is this idea of, what would happen if out of 10,000 teachers, one of them went on sabbatical. How could they contribute? Well, I come back and I'm refreshed. I am focused. I have a better definition of what it is that I'm supposed to do as a teacher. And I know that now I have a way, or at least the get up and go to make a positive impact not just in the classroom, but in a huge stream of consciousness that we're talking about. I left here going, how do you move this boat? And now I feel like, just move over. Please let me drive. So, it's something that is not very known, and I want to encourage Michigan teachers to go on sabbatical if you're starting to suffer that burnout.